Hello, 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 Chattanooga and surrounding areas. Happy Monday, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yes, we made it through the weekend, made it through another week, and we are back here yet on another Monday. How y'all doing? We hope y'all doing fine. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing great. It has been a wonderful Monday. I done made it through, and here we are.
Yes, I
Here
made
we
it
are.
through. I didn't have
With the
uh
cheering,
I didn't have them cheering
you didn't have them.
talking about me today.
Oh, wait, talking about you.
I didn't. Yeah, you know them kids. They speak the truth. They honest. They gonna come right out. So every day, I done had somebody say something to me.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. But today they were pretty good. They were pretty good. I
Well, we
made it
bless
through.
God for them being good.
Yeah. We blessed God. Even my little boy, I didn't have to run and chase him today.
Wait, what is happening?
It's cheering.
Okay, that
It's
sums
some
it up, huh?
Yeah,
They're
cheering.
just cheering.
It was some cheering. But let me tell y'all this though. When I tell y'all I am so happy to be back over there with those
I know
babies.
you are. I
They
know you
bring
are.
so much joy and just a love and life to you. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? When we sit up and worry and complain about everything, and they just little adults. They little adults, and they just speak so well, and they have so much to say. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the little kids, we had two little boys that kind of got in trouble in the bathroom, and they're pushing. And so the teacher asked, she said, was there anyone in the bathroom that witnessed what happened? The little boy said, yes, I witnessed it.
What did he say? What
I
did he
witnessed it. She asked him what happened. He said, well, basically,
say? Mm-hmm.
he hit him. He retaliated by hitting him back. And then
I love
it
it.
was a bunch of argument. And then basically, that's all I saw.
You know what I've learned about children? They emulate what they see us do.
Yeah.
So when the basically and you know retaliated, spell it.
Yeah.
Spell it.
They probably can. The
You know
ones
what
I'm
though?
at,
They
hey,
probably can. But
your
it's funny because
children.
they really just regurgitate what they hear us do
Yeah.
and say.
They are the blueprint of us.
Yes,
They are the
yes,
blueprint of us.
yes.
And so like when you do stuff around them, and when your mom used to always say, okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come back and get you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's done came back on me because when I was a little girl,
You were that kid. I witnessed it.
yeah, I wasn't always saved.
You
Yeah,
weren't always
I
saved.
wasn't always saved. And when I was a little girl, I got into a bunch of trouble.
Mm.
So I got one out of
Mm-hmm.
five.
Mm-hmm.
One out of five. He ain't in a lot of trouble, but he paying me back. I got paid back.
Well, I'm glad I was a good kid growing up.
Was you only punch one person?
Why we get back
She
here? How we get
she
back here?
punched one person.
How did we get back
Huh?
here? How did we get back to this
Oh,
punch?
okay. Okay.
I was a good kid. So
Yeah.
whenever I have children, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be good kids. But I'm pretty much
You
going
sure?
yeah, I'm sure they're gonna be good because I'm not gonna spare the rod.
Well, we're gonna pray you have twins and get it out
And
the
that's
way.
it. Praise them.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
get it
Twin
on out the
boys.
way. And
Twin boys.
so maybe they would just punch each other and not other people who don't do what
I'm
they
sure as long
asked
as
to do.
the other people don't talk about their mama, they won't punch them. That's all it takes. Don't talk about their mother, and they won't punch you.
So
Ooh,
with school starting back
mm-hmm.
and everything going on, there's still a lot of stress,
Oh yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
things going on. You got any new mental health tips for us?
Yeah, hey, listen, this school year, one of the things that I will stress and continue to stress is don't ignore the children.
Yeah.
And what they're going through, because a lot of times kids are going through things and they're not sharing because they feel like adults are too busy to
Yes.
listen,
Yes.
or the adults, they're too busy to really care about what they're going through. So, I think we talked about this a couple of probably a few months ago. about just giving the children at least 5 minutes of your time to
Yeah.
really just make eye contact with them and talk to them.
Yeah.
Because that 5 minutes and that eye contact, a lot of times when we talk to people, we talk to them
Mhm.
in passing and we move in it. Even when we're doing things with children at the house, you're trying
Yeah.
to clean up, but you're talking to them. But no, I'm challenging parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, whomever you are, to just stop and look a child in the eye for 5 minutes and really just talk to that child and let them talk to you. They'll tell you what they're feeling.
And when you're talking to them, like, really listen to them.
Yes. And that's
Really
where the eye
listen to them.
contact comes
Yeah.
from. Because if you're making eye contact with them, they know that you're focused in on what they're saying. And then not just the eye contact, but when you're hearing what they're saying, say back to them, so what I hear you saying is,
Mhm.
and then repeat back to them what you hear them say, because that also lets them know that you heard them,
Yeah.
not just that you're seeing them talk to you, but that you're hearing and you're listening to them.
And they pay attention. They know if you're not listening.
Absolutely.
Because the kid my one-on-one kid,
Mhm.
if he's talking to me and I'm not looking at him directly, he'll say, "Are you listening to me?"
Yes, kids will definitely do that.
He corrects. Yes, I'm listening. Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you listening to me? And I'm like, yes, I am.
Mhm.
I mean, he corrects me on anything. I was speaking to him, and you know how sometimes we speak and a little spit can fly out your mouth. He
Mhm.
said, "You spit on me." I said,
Let me tell you something.
He said, "You spit on me," and so I said, "Oh, okay." And so and he kept saying, "No, you spit on me."
Meaning you need to
had
say,
to
I
"I'm
apologize.
sorry."
Yes.
Yeah. So but I was in the midst of and I was like, "I'm
Yes.
sorry. I apologize." He was like, "Oh, it's okay." Now, what were you saying?
Right. Because I need you
I'm
to
like,
acknowledge that you spit on me.
Wait a minute.
Hey, listen. But you know what? That also that example there, it shows that he understood and understands that he deserves respect.
Mhm.
So even though it was an accident, he understood that, hey, I am due an apology. Like, you spit on me, and that ain't okay. So you gonna respect my little 7-year-old self, or however old he is.
Let me tell you this: we can learn a lot. Do you hear me?
From children.
We can learn a lot from children.
Yes.
When I the first day with him, this is what he done to me. I sat in there with him. I sat down beside him. So he was speaking loudly while the teacher was trying to teach.
Mhm.
And so I told him, I said, I whispered in his ear. I said, "Hey, you need to be quiet.
Mhm.
The teacher is teaching." He did me like this. Ew, your breath stink.
Wait.
I said, my breath does not stink. I said, your breath stinks. He said, no, I'm telling you that your breath stinks. Because I had drunk coffee or something, whatever
And
it was.
coffee would do it.
Yes, he did not like it. But the day started off rough. And then, as the day progressed, I would tell him to do things. And he would kept saying, he would be defiant and say no, he didn't want to do it. Then after a while, he'd be like, okay, fine. And he just did it. And let me tell you something, kids can teach you so much, because even though it started off rough, and then he kept being defiant, when he kept saying, okay, I'm fine, that thing set in my spirit. And I said, sometimes God
how many times
will tell you, leave him alone.
Yeah.
But you keep on.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. Done showed you 74,322 red flags. And you keep doing. So you know what God gonna say? Okay, fine.
Yep. Yes, he
okay,
will.
fine.
You want to do this your way?
And he gonna let you go on and walk out there. He still got you.
Oh yeah, of course.
But instead of listening, going the easy route, you gonna take this bumpy route over here.
Yeah, you gonna be the children of Israel.
How many times he done told you?
Yeah.
She's not your friend.
Yeah.
He not your friend. This person is lying to you. This person is doing this to you. Oh, but you don't want to listen. So he said, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That little boy said something down in the spirit.
That's good. That's good.
And I was like, you know what? Sometimes if we just take the time to listen to them, and they come across your path for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Each child that I know, that every child that I have come across in my 38 years of life has taught me something, because children are children are intuitive, and they're very perceptive. So for every child that's in your in your vicinity, every child that's in your family, every child that's in your life,
Mhm.
don't discount what they can teach you.
Yes.
Don't discount what they
Yes.
can teach you, because even the Bible says a child shall lead them.
Yes.
And so, and that doesn't just mean the child is going to the child is going to pull you and say, come on, we finna go. No, that's not it. It means that child can open your eyes to a lot of different things. And so
And
we have to be open to
I've been in
receiving
there
that.
a week, and my eyes have been open. It was a little boy that was there, and this one made me cry. Okay.
So we about to cry?
Nah, I ain't gonna cry. I ain't gonna cry today. I got it out. But he you can tell he stayed in trouble. This year is our first year having a behavioral specialist in the school.
Okay.
And so he got in trouble. The behavior specialist told him that we're not gonna go through this.
Because
we're not gonna start like this, blah 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 blah. So you can tell he's going back and forth or whatever. And so in the classroom, one of the teachers said at the end of the day, it was Friday, she said, what can you say is your favorite part of the week and coming back to school? His response is that I feel loved and accepted. He said, because the school I was at before, they didn't accept me, they didn't like me. So I can say that me coming back to this school made me feel loved and accepted. So I was like, okay, now I got to I gotta go a whole different way with this baby.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason behind our kids acting up most of the time.
Absolutely.
So just because they do this or do that, don't just punish them. Don't just say that's how they are. There's a deeper reason.
Absolutely. There's always a deeper reason.
There's a deeper reason for kids acting out and doing what they do. And then some of them, when they're good, they good. But when the coin is flipped.
It flips. It flips. You're right.
It flips.
Yeah.
But through it all, it's just a blessing.
Yeah. I love it.
Someone who is able to touch them, to reach them. It ain't nothing feels better than walking in that school and them kids running up to you.
Yeah.
Saying, I missed you, where you been.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God. Here we go.
It's when children run up to you and they hug you and they love on you, that says a lot. That says a lot, because they can feel your spirit. They're they're very innocent. Their innocent spirits read up on it can read a whole individual ASAP.
That's why it's very important. Oh, it's so important. If you are a person that's teaching only because your mom or dad was a teacher, or you're following the footsteps of your family members, and you're not in it with passion, please don't do it.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you this, a child cannot learn from a person they don't like. They can't.
Because really, anybody, even adults, as adults, we're like that. If we feel that the vibe that you putting off is a little we stay away from it. And children, for sure. And that's something, going back to what you said about that little boy saying, I feel loved and I feel accepted. That's major, because it's not always, even in his discipline, right? Even in you saying, hey, we're not gonna do this, and the behavioral specialist having to work with him, he still he feels loved because y'all are taking the time out to give him that attention. Even when you're chastising a child, even when you're correcting a child, even when you're punishing a child for something that they've done that wasn't right, if you do it with love, they ultimately feel the base of that message, and the base is always love. It's always, I just want you to be a better version of yourself right now. I want you to do better. I want you to be better. So when you bring anything to a child with love, they're always going to feel that. And so I 1000% agree. Like, the teachers that I remember and still speak about today are those teachers that I know really loved being a teacher and really loved making a difference.
So
that's true.
I want to take this time now to just shout out all of the teachers at Battle Academy. At Battle Academy, and the principal, Jesse Goins and Miss Whalen. They are amazing people to work
Shout
for.
out to y'all.
And I mean, all of the teachers.
Mhm.
All of the teachers
Mhm.
are good teachers.
That's
Every
good.
last, there is not a teacher in that building who doesn't love what they do.
That's awesome.
And I just want to give y'all, I take my wig off, my hat off,
Not
my
your
everything
wig.
off. I take everything off to them.
Okay.
And I just want to give a shout out to y'all. And I am so
Yes.
happy to be a part of the Battle Academy family.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
since we talking about teachers,
Let's talk.
let's talk about, let's go down our memory lane of teachers. Do you still have a teacher that you think about, like, that really impacted your life, to, like, that you think about and you be like, man, they
And
did such and such and such and such?
well, yeah, I have a few. It
Mhm.
was my third grade teacher, Miss Carter. I love her to death.
Mhm.
She's gone. She's passed on.
Mhm.
But she just treated me like I was her daughter.
Yeah.
And she had a son. And she would come get me. And I used to spend the night over her house
Wow.
and play with her adopted son. Yeah,
Yeah.
so she was the sweetest thing. And then when I got in high school,
Mhm.
it was Eric DeVos Foster's mother,
Mm.
Miss Ellen Williams. Oh
Okay.
my God, that lady changed my life so much. She was somebody, and as you know, a lot of people know, I was a teenage mother, so I
Mhm.
was pregnant my whole 11th grade year.
Mhm.
But Miss Williams poured into me.
Mhm.
She talked to me.
Mhm.
Now she used to cuss me out because I used to come to school. Because I used to come to school. She's like, "You don't need to be in this school. It's too dangerous. What if they
Mhm.
get to fighting and hit you?" I
Mhm.
said, "Miss Williams, I'm not going to that pregnant school because they dumb over there and they don't teach them. So I'm not going." And I told her I wasn't going. She said, "Okay, you've been hard headed, but I'm gonna tell you what.
Mhm.
If something happened and you get hit and you fall in the floor, she said, I'm gonna lay down beside you and yell too."
Mhm.
So, but she was just real.
Yeah.
And I took African American history from her,
Mhm.
and she took us to the museums.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she took us there, and she fought for us.
That's cool.
She fought for us because when they started African American history in school,
Mhm.
they didn't want to use it as a credit.
Oh, okay.
So when all the black people who were elected to take her class,
Mhm.
when it was time for us to graduate, it knocked us off the list from graduating with honors because we took her class as a history class instead of world history or regular history or whatever. And they were not going to let us graduate with honors because of that.
Wow.
Oh no, not while Miss Ellen Williams was in the building.
She said, no.
No. She said, "Baby, they don't make their schedules. You make their schedules.
Yeah.
So if they were not going to have enough credits and if this wasn't going to be counted, y'all should have did that before. You let them elect this to take." And she went off, and all I can remember, I was sitting in my English class, and she came and knocked on the door. She called me and several other black children out of the classroom, and she said, "Don't worry about it. All of y'all will be graduating with honors.
That's
Now
what's
go
up.
finish your English class." I was like, "Yes!" Baby, they didn't mess with her.
Yeah.
She was
That's
the
good.
sharpest dressed, the most. She reminded me of another Maya Angelou. She spoke
and I love
with
Maya Angelou.
and she just they didn't bother her. They knew if she was here today, let me tell you, so many children will be touched by that woman because she was just amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, I
That's
miss her.
what's up.
I miss her.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And you see how, like, years later, when you talk about her, like, you're still, like, your whole face lit up.
Yeah.
Like, you were like,
she was oh my goodness. I was going through some things and she would just pull me in the hallway. And she talked to me and she'd be like, "All right, keep me posted."
Yeah.
And she's one of them teachers. Now you don't come in a room smelling bad. I'm just saying. Don't come in her room smelling any kind of way but good. Let me take it to you. Miss Williams kept rags, deodorant.
Did she?
Watch in her closet.
I love it.
And she will put, come here, baby. You walk past. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Get this rag. Get this soap. Get this. Go down there and fix yourself and come back.
I love it.
And
love
that's
it.
the kind of teachers we need.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Because it goes beyond
Yes.
what's going on in the classroom. You know what I mean? Like
she
it's
care
a
about
whole,
you.
yeah, it's the total
Yeah,
package.
yeah.
It's the totality of
Yes.
who I am.
Yes.
And when you have a teacher that pours into you, or a school counselor, or
Yeah.
you know, whoever it
Yeah.
is in that building that cares, it goes a long way.
And baby, she had authority with a whisper.
Uh-huh.
You never heard
Yeah.
her raise her voice.
Yeah,
She never yelled.
I love
She just thought you come in, you know, to sit down, shut your mouth.
it. Yeah.
She ain't finna yell. She ain't
Yeah.
finna, honey. She that lady.
She said,
oh
I ain't
my
raising
God.
my blood pressure behind
Yes.
y'all kids, but I'm
Yes.
gonna get my
She
message
did.
across.
But you didn't. Her look.
Mm-hmm.
She had one of them looks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of them church choir looks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she had one of them.
Yeah,
That's how she had to do it. And everybody, you better shut up.
I love it.
I mean,
I
even the
love it.
biggest fools in the school was scared of her.
Not
The biggest fools,
fool.
the ones
I
that act
love
up out, they didn't try her.
Yeah,
They respected her. They loved her. They didn't give her no trouble.
that's good.
'Cause
That's
she
that's
wasn't-
major.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
major.
yeah.
I love it. I love
Mhm.
it.
Yep,
Miss
yep.
Williams.
So who did you have that helped you? Because I know if they probably knew you punch people like you did, they probably.
First of all, I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
I
Because
love
all I did was punch one person in my entire life.
I mean, the
And
one
now-
person is the one you told us about.
No,
No, I'm
I
talking
really
about the other ones that caught hands that
Ain't
you
nobody
didn't
caught
reveal.
it.
Okay,
I can't fight. I can't fight.
don't say that on the air.
No, I
Somebody
need them
may
to know.
try to try you. You gonna have to-
Try me if you want to. Listen, if I go down, I'm going down fighting. Trust me, I'm gonna be swinging and doing something.
Yeah.
Let me see. I was a teacher's pet, so all my teachers like.
Well, she was a snitch, y'all.
No. I was not a
teacher's pet is a snitch.
no. I was not a snitch.
Okay.
You can ask any one of my classmates, and I was not a snitch. Now, even when I was supposed to take names, you remember when you were supposed to take
Yeah.
names when the teacher walked out the
Oh, I
class?
took names. We even the teacher didn't tell me to take names. She
Why
she
though?
tells somebody else. I'm like, I'm taking them too, and then we can
Well,
compare. We can compare lists when she get back. We can
Well,
see
what you
if we got the
comparing
same.
for?
Because I'm taking names.
Why? Because you was on the list
No,
half the time.
yes. But we can compare names.
Whenever, unless I didn't like you, and I liked everybody. So, but for going back to the teacher, I would have to say my most favorite was my 6th grade teacher, Miss Natalie Elder. And that woman, man, my dad knew, like, if he wanted to know what was going on with Rose, all he had to do was go ask Miss Elder, because Miss Elder was going, she knew. But she was very, she poured into me. She saw in me what I didn't see in myself. She always told me, you're a leader. You need to stop trying to fit in, because you're a leader.
Yes.
She said, she told me, she said, so many of your classmates, they look to you because they know what's in you.
Mhm.
So you need to walk in that and stop trying to fit in and cut up.
Yes.
The one time my daddy had to come to the school, she was so disappointed. And it hurt me so bad to disappoint her. She was like, you know better. You know better. Like, and your daddy don't play.
Don't play.
So what you doing?
What you doing?
I mean, she poured into me, and she pushed me to do my first play my first middle school play in front of all the students. And I was like, I don't want to. She said, you gonna do this play.
Yes, and I can't leave this man out. I forget. It's just so many people that just done poured into my life.
Yes.
But my 5th grade teacher, well, he wasn't my teacher. He was a 5th grade teacher at the school.
Mhm.
But he just saw something in me.
Mhm.
And he was the first man to put me on the stage.
Okay. Who?
And I never had been on the stage since. Glenn Chambers, Mr. Chambers.
Okay.
Mr. Chambers, that man, I just love him to death.
Mhm.
He gave me a nickname, and because when I was growing up, I had a curl. But
You had a Jerry curl too?
Yeah, with the little dye in the front.
Huh?
And I ain't had no hair on the sides. Like my edges was running away from my forehead. And so he used to call me Ball. That was my nickname.
Wait, what?
That's what he called Ball. Come here, Ball. That what he. Glenn Chambers.
That's not okay.
It's not okay,
That's
but I
not
love the
okay.
memory. That man stood about 6'2", 6'3", and he used to get us. He used to get us. We thought we was slick. They taught us a sign language in the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So we thought that, we couldn't talk at lunchtime. Now they let the kids talk now, but we couldn't talk at lunchtime.
Mhm.
So we tried to do sign language under the table. He used to catch us. Bow! Come here.
I don't like that he called you bald.
He did. Bow! Yes, sir. Come up here. Stand up and eat your lunch. He used to stand up.
Not stand up
He
and
made
eat
me
your
stand and eat my
lunch.
lunch. Yeah. And that man, boy, he was tall, so he had them long arms. Back then we used to get paddlers. See, that's they took the paddlers out to school.
Let me tell you. Go ahead and finish your story. Because I got
But
to
nobody
tell you.
wanted to get a whooping of paddling from Mr. Chambers.
Why?
Because that man had them long arms. He would go way back and get you good. And get you good.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
So back in the
paddled.
day. Yeah. So you didn't want to get paddlers, but let me tell you this. These children didn't act out like they do now.
You know what?
With them paddlers in the school.
Yeah. My elementary school principal.
Yeah.
Miss Sarah J. Cotton.
Did she get you?
One time.
Did
And
you
it was
punch
because
somebody?
the entire 3rd grade. It was because the entire 3rd grade class
was talking.
Nah, we came running up them back steps like a bunch of herd.
And she
heard us.
Lined everybody up.
Oh, she lined the whole 3rd grade class. And when she got to me, she said, "It hurts me to do this. It hurts me to do this, Rosemary. It hurts me. But I gotta be fair."
Yeah.
I said, "But I wasn't even running." Because I was such a goody two shoe that I was like, "No, I didn't do anything." She gave me 2. Pop.
Well, let me see. 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. I went to James A. Hero over in the West Side, and I was in Miss Dancer class, and they had a whooping closet. Yeah, they had a closet. They take off up in their closet.
You can't say that when I take a sip of my drink right before.
Yeah, they had a whooping closet, sis. And the thing is, all the kids outside, out there,
they can hear it.
They can hear you getting them licks, and then they're screaming. And you came out so embarrassed.
Yeah, because everybody knew you just went in there.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
You gonna act right.
That is so crazy.
You gonna act right because you don't want to go back in there and get embarrassed again for the whole day, for the rest of the week, everybody gonna be like, that's why you was in the closet. That's why you gotta say.
But can you imagine, so let's just take this a step further. You know how we look at the things that are happening now in life, right? The way children are in school, the way, just all the things that are happening. And when I think about how it was when I was in elementary school and middle school, I'm like, there was nothing wrong with that.
No.
In my opinion, it truly embodied that saying, it takes a village to raise, raise a child. And I truly feel like if I had, so take for instance, the one time my dad had to come to the school for me. I knew, even though they had already got me at school, when I get home, I'm gonna get it again.
Yeah.
And it's because the teachers and the parents were working together.
Exactly.
And if I could say anything to the parents that are listening, like, work with the teachers. You know what I mean? Like, make it a priority to know your teachers, your child's teacher. Be involved in what's going on so that it truly shows a united front to the child that, now I can't cut up at school. Yeah. Because when I cut up at school, my teacher gonna get me. And then when I get home, my folks gonna get me. Yeah. So, and it's important for us to have that.
I want to ask a question to all the listeners. Call in at 423-713-7614 and let us know, do you think that they should still allow paddling in the school?
Now, everybody gonna say no.
Should they still allow it? Well, I remember when my children were in elementary, they sent a permission slip home to ask if your
could have
child, yeah, if they could, it was a big yes on
because
all
I was
of
about to say
mine.
they wouldn't have had to ask my daddy.
On every last one of my yes, yes,
And then when you get
yes,
through, let me know so that I can
yes.
get them when they get home.
yeah. And then I wrote my own permission slip. This I hereby, Trisha Rutledge, give all the authority for you to whoop my child butt in the school if he say, do, or look like he about to do anything wrong. I give everything over to you.
Not you was signing
Thank you.
parental rights. So.
Yeah, I done gave it all over. Whoop them.
But I do think I believe, and I don't, I know that people raise their children differently, but I do believe that it is important that people still whoop children.
Yeah,
like
get disciplined.
That's just me.
Listen, if you don't whoop them now, the streets will whoop them later.
Listen.
I'm just gonna tell you the honest God truth.
Let me tell you this story that my parents used to tell us. It's real short. There was this there was this story that they used to tell us all the time to keep us from acting crazy. And so there was this boy that used to cut up all the time, and when he was little, his mom would coddle him and his mom would be like, oh, it's okay, you'll be fine, don't do that again. She would, instead of disciplining him, she would always get on to other people. So he got older and he got into some trouble that took him in front of the court.
Wow.
So he's in front of the judge, and the judge says, I'm gonna put you in jail for a while. And so he said, the judge asked him, did he have anything to say? And he was like, no, I don't have anything to say, but I do want to tell my mom something. I want to say something in her ear just for her. And he said, so the judge granted him the right to do so. And he got in his mama's ear and he bit her ear. And he said, and this is this the story my parents used to tell. This is because you ain't never tell me right from wrong.
Wow.
And you always coddled me instead of disciplining me.
Yes.
Now I'm about to go sit in jail because you didn't do right by me. And so, when I was younger, the story didn't make any sense to me because it was like, what y'all talking about? You done bit the mama ear like what? Right. But the older I got, the more I realized that first of all, he was handcuffed, so he couldn't do nothing but bite her ear.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that the story points to, as an adult, you can't keep coddling your child.
No.
If your child does something wrong, yes, there is a time and a place to say, okay, baby, maybe you were right, but there's always a learning opportunity and a teaching opportunity in it. You can't say, my kid don't do nothing wrong, my kid is always right. That's not the case, because we know children. We know that children cut up. We know that children act up. As goody two-shoe as I was, I cut up sometimes. I acted a fool because I wanted to see what I could get away with.
This is what I always tell parents. Teachers are your children's parents as well.
Absolutely.
You know why? Because they spend more time with them in a day than you do. You drop them off at 7, maybe 7:30. You get them 3 o'clock, 3:30. You take them home, feed them, give them baths, help with homework or whatever. You talk to them maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, and they're off to bed to do the same thing the next day. Who's spending the most time? So do not treat that teacher like she's lying on your child when she knows them sometimes better than you.
This is very true.
Better than you. And parents don't want to, look at that, but you got to look at that. That teacher knows your child just as much as you do, and sometimes better, because they see them when you are not looking.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You have to, kids are going to try.
Yeah.
They're going to try. They're going to do what they can. They're going to do, they're going to be who they are. Yeah. Because that's what children do. But the biggest thing about, when you're dealing with a child as the adult, you have to set an example. And the example, even if you think that teacher is doing something, is picking on your child, because we do know there are some people out there that do that.
Yeah.
And like we said earlier in the show, it's not always that this child has a behavioral problem. There's something else there. So if you feel like that teacher is doing or saying something to your child or picking on your child, there's a way to handle that.
Yeah.
you have a discussion with that teacher or whomever it is at the school. You have a discussion with them in private, not in front of the child.
Mhm.
You never bring the child into
Never
a
discipline,
situation
yeah.
with adults, because it
They
doesn't,
know.
it leaves room for disrespect.
Yeah.
It gives that
Because they're
child,
gonna feel like they can.
right,
Mhm.
it gives that child permission, so to speak, to say, well, I'm gonna just I can do
this,
whatever because my
Cause all
mama
I
gonna
gotta
come.
do is tell
Yeah,
my mama, and my mama coming up
and
here,
it ain't gotta be that way,
and all
y'all.
of that.
It ain't
And
gotta
so
be that
that's
way.
why you have to take the time to build a relationship with your child.
Absolutely.
You have to.
Absolutely.
And you know, I had a relationship with my children, all of them,
Mhm.
because they didn't have nobody but me.
Mhm.
But I remember one day,
why you have to say that so hard? One day,
this child, your friend,
Aw, I love
he
my
even
baby.
had me food. Okay, I got over to the after school program. All right, and I got over there, and the lady said, "Miss Rutledge, I need to talk to you." I said, "Okay, what we talking about?" She said, "Well, he has been very disrespectful today. He told me he got mad because I didn't help him with his homework quick enough, and so he told me that I can't wait until Jesus come back so you can go to hell."
Two things.
Wait a minute, wait, I ain't done. So I'm standing right there, look at him. I said, "Boy, did you say that?" This boy said, "Me? No, that was." She was like, "You did say that. I have witnesses." You said, "No, not me." So now I'm confused. I'm like, "No, I usually know if this boy lying, but today he seemed like he is got his hand on the Bible. He right there ready for to go in the gate with the Lord, because he seemed like he telling the whole truth today." So I was confused. So I was like, "Justin, apologize. I'm sorry, but that was not me. It wasn't me." So I said, "Go on to the car." He went on to the car. I'm talking to the lady right here. I was like, "Now you sure?" "Yes, I have witnesses, Miss Rutledge." He said that. He said he can't wait until Jesus come back so I can go to hell. So I'm like, "I'm so sorry, ma'am. I apologize. What I'm gonna do is have a talk with him and let him know that was inappropriate, and I'm so sorry. And I'll see him tomorrow." So when I proceed to go to the car, I'm mad. I don't know if I'm mad at her or if I'm mad at him.
Right.
I get to the car, shut my door. His biggest brother, my oldest son, Isaiah, said, "Mama, what this boy done did today?" I said, "He done told the teacher he can't wait for Jesus to come because he want her to go straight to hell." And after he done said it now and swear to the Lord that he did not say, that boy popped up out the back seat and said, "I sure did say it." And I said again, she shouldn't be getting on my nerves. I said, "Boy, if I didn't have to get, boy, woo!"
It's the I can't wait for Jesus to come back. At least he knows it's a heaven and a hell. You can either go to heaven or you're going to hell.
And they had me fooled. So I'm telling y'all, parents, to tell y'all this: don't always
believe
some
your
of
children.
Your children are Oscars. They gonna get Oscars.
They con artists.
they gonna get Oscars because they some good actors.
Yes,
because that boy had me fooled. He had me fooled.
That
I was like, this lady is lying on my child.
You know how that would have went if that had been Samson. Rest in peace, Daddy. My dad. First of all, my daddy would have whooped me right there in front of the teacher.
Yeah.
He would, because there is no, the teacher is lying when it comes to Samson's kids. Whatever the teacher said is the gospel truth.
Coach Rose, if you had the look on that boy's face like he had,
I
your
believe
daddy
you.
would have been confused too. I'm telling you.
Listen,
I always know what that boy do, but this day, I ain't gonna never this day. That boy said, "Oh, me."
He put on his good acting skills.
Me? I wouldn't say
I love
like
it.
that. No, and I was like,
but you know what?
I'm like Scooby.
You know what I can see? It's him popping up at that back seat.
That boy popped up
I
out
sure
there,
did.
and he used to suck his thumb back then. So when he get in the car, the soon thing he did is he popped up Out that back seat. I sure did, and I tell her again she should have been getting on my nerves. I 12 for cheese and crackers.
Oh gosh, I
Woo,
love
Lord.
it.
I'm
That's
finna
why.
go to
That's
the
why he's
counter.
my favorite.
I'm going to the counter.
I love it.
Yeah, Lord. Yeah.
Oh God.
So let me tell y'all,
Oh,
I'm
man.
telling you, please pray for your teachers.
Please do.
Please pray for your teachers and pray, especially for these middle school teachers. Okay,
Mhm.
pray
Just
for 'em.
understand that the teachers are there
Yeah.
to pick up where you are. What you're doing at home, they
Yeah.
want to complement that at
Yes, you
school.
got to work with them, not
Yes.
against them.
Y'all are on the same
Yeah,
team.
exactly. Work with them.
And that's the one thing. If I learned anything from my parents when it came to the teacher and parent relationship with the children,
Yeah.
the teacher and the parent has to be on the they have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Because that's the way that it makes sense to kids.
Yes.
When the kids see
It's
that the
gonna help
parents
them.
and the teachers are on one page, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Being
Well, I
on the
can't play
same
one person
page
against
is
the
the
other.
foundation
Yes.
of them succeeding.
Absolutely.
It's the foundation of them succeeding. But too, with all these things coming out in the school, these teachers still out here on the line, out here, not worrying about the pox or the COVID, all this stuff that's out. You know what I'm saying? Then these teenagers that's going through puberty gonna come to school with these bumps on them, and the teacher ain't gonna know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If it's an acne bump,
I'm done.
is it a mosquito bite,
I'm
or
ready
is
to
it
go.
pox? Then you running up on her
Why
and
we doing
trying to
this?
give her a hug, and she gonna be like, "Wait a minute, baby, is you all right?" And she gonna be like, "Yeah, it's a pimple. Now, pimple might be name of the monkey that gave you the pox, but you need not to run up on me like that, little girl." I'm just saying, you gotta pray for these teachers. Okay. The little monkey named Pimple done gave you the pox, and I need you to give me 6 feet, ma'am. 6 feet, because I don't need no more. I don't need nothing pulsing out on me. I don't need to be plus size here.
Listen, y'all, stop.
Anyway, that's why we thank God for the conference that's coming up with Miss Rose and all these good parents that's on the panel. Tell us about the conference, Rose.
Y'all know I can't fool with Miss LOL. Listen, yes. So we are exactly 12 days out from the conference. I'm super, super excited. Changing the narrative. It's about inspiring and empowering women to be the best that they can be. We have an amazing lineup. So let's start Friday. Friday, we have the Mix and Mingle. Miss LOL will be in the house. Whoop, 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 whoop. Telling us some jokes and doing what she does best, making us laugh. And we'll have a live band at Twain D Productions and Jermaine Purifori singing.
Nice.
Yes, very much so. And we'll have some vendor shopping. We're gonna have some charcuterie board. I always have to think before I say that word.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna try it.
Charcuterie board.
I'm not gonna give myself a stroke trying to say that word. A board with some food on it.
So we're gonna have that, and then my mom is even gonna make some little Nigerian snacks for us.
Yeah. Shut your mouth.
So we're gonna have a little bit of Nigeria all up and through there.
Coming early.
So silly. So that's gonna be Friday, 6 to 9 at the BX, and then on Saturday we're gonna have the seminar portion, and that's gonna be amazing. We've got LaQuisha Ewing as our keynote speaker. We got Miss Angie Wynn, Beatrice Conley, Melissa Jo Graham, Lundy Price. They're gonna be our panelists, and I'm just excited, like how it's just going to be impactful. You know, it's all about impacting and making sure that we motivate and inspire each other to be the best versions of ourselves. And so the vocals for Saturday will be Tiffany Coleman, of course, the songbird herself. She will be there, and I'm just excited about everything that is to come. That's gonna be from 9 to 2. So I've been telling everybody, get your tickets now because registration closes on Friday. We got to make sure we got enough food for everybody.
Enough food.
Yes. So Coast Kitchen and Catering will be the caterer for Saturday. And y'all know he can cook.
And you said that's from 9 to 2 in the morning?
Yes,
I
9
mean,
no,
9
9 a.m. to 2
2 in the
p.m.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Well,
So
I need to get my ticket then.
yes, since you're still gonna be here, right? You'll be going
Yeah.
out of town after that,
Yeah,
right?
I'll be still here,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so we are excited. Tickets are, if you want to just do one day, so if it's a one day thing that you can only make, tickets for Friday only are $25. Tickets for Saturday only are $50. But if you want to go ahead and come to both, which I promise you won't be sorry, it's $75 for both. So go ahead and get your tickets, get them before Friday, because listen, once Friday hit, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Because once I get that final number to the caterer, it ain't gonna be no, hey,
To the caterer.
Coach Rosie. So we want all of y'all to come. We want y'all to be able to, really just come and feel loved. And a lot of times they say that women can't be in the same place and really motivate each other. Women always hating on each other, but this is to prove that women can be in the same place and motivate and encourage and really just take the time to encourage each other, because we can be each other's cheerleaders. We can
Yes.
be our the cheer squad for
Yes.
each other. So and I don't know, have you ever heard Eric Hubbard? But he's a poet.
I think I have at one of somebody's event.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he is actually going to be there on Saturday.
Okay.
He wrote an original piece for
Okay.
this Change in the Narrative conference, and I wanted him to come and just it's something about a man's voice affirming you as a woman. That authority in his voice will speak to the women and just motivate them. And so he's gonna come and share an original piece with us. So I'm excited because it's actually about to happen. It's been a long time coming. We've been planning for 3 months now, and we had a budget meeting last night. And let me just say this. Let me shout out Tiffany Coleman, because y'all, she is literally my, hey man, it's gonna be okay. Because when I freak out, she says, hey, what you freaking out for?
Yeah.
God got this. So we good. So I'm appreciative of her, being my logistics queen, helping me make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Yes.
Just putting it all in and just really dealing.
It takes a lot.
Yes. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for all the people that have jumped on board to help. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Just the vision. Once I shared my vision with each person that's taking part, they instantly said yes. And that means a lot to me, because it is my first conference. And, a lot of times people can discourage you, but also when you have a good group of people encouraging you,
yes,
it takes you a lot further. So
it does.
I'm excited for what's to come. So y'all go to Eventbrite, CTN2022.eventbrite.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook. It's Coach Rosie, or Instagram at CTN Conference on IG. So we're gonna do this thing in a couple of days.
Awesome.
We're gonna do it.
And I will be soon come to you with a location where you can drop off things for the Help Project. That's still rolling. I just got to get a lot of more things together before I do my interviews and set the dates.
Absolutely.
For that to happen. But we're still gonna make it happen for the homeless. Absolutely. Like I said, this is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I've always wanted to do it. And I'm gonna make it happen by any means necessary.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
By any means necessary. So we just thank you all for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Every Monday, listening to Miss LOL and Coach Rose on Mental Health Mondays.
Y'all know she be treating me so bad.
We appreciate you all. It has just been a blessing to be able to share our experiences. And again, shout out to all the teachers this year.
Yes, all the teachers.
Thank you so much. And especially my family, Battle Academy. Yes. Whoop. And shout out to all the students who are going to school, staying on task, doing what you're supposed to do. We love you. We know you are our future, and we are going to do what we can to help you be a success.
Absolutely. We love
Thank you
y'all.
for everything. To the teachers, the students, to everybody surrounding areas. I don't care what you're going through in your life. It does not matter where you're going, but before you walk out that door, always remember to pack a smile. Y'all have a blessed evening.
Good night, y'all.